Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had your prima, smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and smash them right now. We're 30 subscribers away from hitting the big 11,000. Let me give a shout out real quick to the following Patreon members: GiGi, Abuelitas Journey, DAUSHERRERO, Angel Guerrero, and the homie the Jabs. Keep pushing forward. This episode right here is gonna be about the mindset of a correctional peace officer going into the prison system before, during, and after. All right. As you guys know, I started back in 2006, where I did 16 years with the California Department of Corrections and resigned in December of 2022. Okay. Things changed. The department changed. People change. Yeah, boy, did people change, right? But my mindset stayed the same, right? Here's how it goes. Working at Centinela State Prison, general population, level 3, level 4, it had that reputation of, level 4s. Level 4s are level 4s. Stabbings, right? Attempted murders, riots, murders. Knowing this, I knew that I had to be as physically prepared, as mentally prepared as possible, right? To survive that environment. A lot of my partners I saw did let themselves go, but that ain't gonna be me. If anything, that was more of a damn, now I gotta hit it extra hard. Now I gotta do extra to pull this person's weight, right? As far as being able to run to an alarm, handle your business, right? And then clean up the mess afterwards. In 2007, 2008, I had a townhome, right, with a garage. In that garage, it was like a bulletin board that was already up there, like a sheet of plywood that was already up in the garage. So what I did is I stapled pictures of inmate manufactured weapons, pictures of shanks, black and white photocopies that I had found, and just took in the pictures from the incident report, right, and just taped it up there to remind me, like, okay, this is what I'm going up against. I had found like a kite, right, with the rules in C6, ADSEG, and I stapled that up there too. That's as far as like what I had just put up on that bulletin board, right? And in there I had a punching bag that was hanging from the ceiling, a couple weights, right, at that time, your boy wasn't making much money, man. Your boy was a pescado, not even off his apprenticeship program. So like the Walmart weights, right, which were perfectly fine. I mean, if you can do water bags and like sandbag routines, yes, push-ups, right, anything, please, anything. So that's how I would get it, right? I would remind myself, like, all right, this is the environment I'm coming into. Boom. I knew a couple other people that did that. One of them was my neighbor at the time, right? We would train together. We would spar, boxing gloves. He was actually my partner at the prison. So he was my partner at the prison. He was my neighbor. So that kind of worked out. Like, hey, we're training. This dude trained jiu-jitsu a lot. I liked to train stand-up a lot. Muay Thai, boxing. The reason for that is I've heard different things. I've heard, and anything works, really. Anything is better than nothing, that's for sure. I heard, like, jiu-jitsu, like, yeah, it requires a lot of ground game. You don't want to be on your back. Me, personally, the last thing I wanted to do was be on the ground, be on the floor, in a prison setting, right? Because I don't want 50, 20, 100 Southerners stomping me out. It doesn't sound cool, right? It doesn't sound appealing. So I did Muay Thai, right? I did that in La Mesa. I did boxing. That was cool, man. Your boy was a little chunky when he first came in. a lot of beer drinking, right? Because I didn't get sober until I had about 3 years in the department, right? So a lot of drinking, a lot of eating that good food, right? Your boy went from McDonald's to Red Lobster. I'm doing it. Give me the biscuits, give me the crab, right? So I started dieting. Um, Man, I took these fat burner pills that I should never have taken. It was like what the feeling it gave me was like I had just smoked some meth, I stole something, and the cops were chasing me. That's the feeling I would get. Like even when I would walk into Bravo Yard at Centinela, my anxiety, but the anxiety from the pills, like it felt like I was just revved up, and not in a good way. I'm sure the inmates could see that. It's probably like, what's wrong with this guy? Um, those pills didn't last very long. It's called like arson. Oof, I don't even know if they make it anymore. But the thought of it can crack off. Yeah, partners were getting assaulted. Oh man, I had a conversation with somebody yesterday. That person asked me, "Hey, did you ever get stabbed? Did you ever get attacked in prison?" And anytime ever somebody ever asked me that, this is weird. This is weird. Anytime ever somebody ever asked me that, I wouldn't say yes and I wouldn't say no. Reason being, your boy was not gonna jinx himself. I was not gonna jinx myself. I was not gonna jinx myself, right? The truth is, and it feels so weird. Honestly, it feels like I'm about to jump off a ledge because uh, I'm not jinxing myself, right? I'm out. I made it out. Wow, thank God. Um, I did not get assaulted. I did not get assaulted personally. Personally, that is not saying anything. That is not saying anything. Boy, your boy was not exempt. Ooh, I was not exempt, right? That if you work in the prison system, expect to get assaulted. Expect it. That's it. Period, point blank, right? Now, I've been around numerous staff assaults, and I've responded to numerous. That's kind of what this whole video was about, right? How did I mentally prepare and physically prepare for these staff assaults, right? I just told you the back of how I trained, right? The backstory. That was early on. That was early on. Your boy just cranked it up. Your boy just, even though I went into a softer environment, Donovan, I say softer, but the violence was there. The violence was there, right? Um, it was just more impulse, right? Like working at a psych ward, dudes are gonna go off on you for no reason, which is more dangerous, extremely more dangerous. So your boy just cranked it up. I asked my wife one time. Either I asked her or she brought it up in conversation in front of family friends. She's like, "No, I don't worry about Hector. Like when he's at work, I don't worry about him because I know he's gonna be all right. I know he's gonna, like, in other words, come out alive or come out okay. Like be able to hold it down, right? Not that I'm some type of MMA champ because I'm not. I don't even do MMA, right? Aside from regular training, but because I had that heart, that drive to like, hey, it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. I'm not here to when it's a fight for your life, I'm not here to follow policy. Policy goes out the window. I don't care. That's the thing about me. Safety first and foremost, right? I even dealt that with my cops. Safety. Survive the fight. Do what you got to do to survive that initial attack, right? Because they're sneak attacks. You never 99.99999% the inmates are going to cold clock you, boom, from the side. They're going to rush you 5, 10, 20 deep, 30 plus. They're going to stab you in the back of the neck, right? I told you about these stabbings. They're going to come up behind you and slice your throat from ear to ear. Oh, Hector, why would you say that? Because it has happened, right? So, yeah, if you are not mentally prepared, right? If you are not expecting that, you're going to get caught slipping. You're going to get caught slipping and you're possibly going to die, right? So I always expected it. It's no different than an OG inmate who's been around the block, always, looking around, looking over your shoulder, right? There's a way you adapt. You don't make it all obvious, like, hey, get away from me, right? You just watch. You just watch, right? As you're walking, I had this thing of walking the track and always like looking periodically or looking behind my shoulder. The inmates knew what time it was. They would say behind you, LT, behind you, CO, behind you, whatever, right? And I would vice versa. I ain't trying to startle nobody in prison. That was the mindset. That was the mentality. So that's what my wife meant when she said, like, I ain't worried about him. But the truth, the 100% truth is, hey, nobody is untouchable. Nobody, not even me. Your boy could have got. Easily could have got. Like, easily, right? Like, ain't nobody untouchable. Ain't nobody in this world untouchable. I'll tell you that much right now. So, keeping it real, right? I always did the sign of the cross. Well, I do the sign of the cross when I get in my vehicle. And then as I was coming up to the prison, prior to the gatehouse, I'll do the sign of the cross. Boom. As I would leave the prison after a good day, meaning nobody got hurt, no inmates got hurt, no staff members got hurt, no free staff got hurt, I would do the sign of the cross again. So probably like 3. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not a religious fanatic. That's what I did, right? You guys want to know the mindset. That's what your boy did. So, not every day did people not get hurt. People got hurt. Believe me, people got hurt, man. Believe me, people got hurt, man. The thing that sucks is that as I got older, right? I'm 38. As I got older, the kids seemed to get younger. The staff members seemed to get younger. And I assumed that role of like the father figure in my head, right? I assumed this like, hey, these are my kids. Gotta look out for the kids, man. Their safety. Yeah, I would, they got out of line. You bring them back in line, right? That's what a supervisor does. That's what a supervisor should do. That's what a leader does, right? I tried my best to school these kids. I tried my best in the environment that they were coming into. It's a messed up environment, especially now. Now, administration and Sacramento headquarters you're still in that environment, but they literally tie your hands behind your back and instill the fear that you're going to get fired even though you're doing the right thing, which makes you hesitant and you're going to get got. You're going to get got. So you got to answer that question. What's more important? What is important? What values? What do I need to do to survive? Period. Right? And I'm sure anybody and everybody could agree with what I'm saying there. That was my mindset. Always on point. Expect to get assaulted. When I would train, right? Initially, your boy would do the bench press, the curls for the girls, right? But then I got into CrossFit. I got into more endurance, more. I knew that I had to be able to run to an alarm, quell that violence. So at Donovan, those yards are long, man. Like 3 times the length of any other regular yard, like a Sentinella or whatever. That's a far run, man. I don't care. That's a far run. Staff assaults, man, you would just hear that on the radio. For me, and for those like me, right? This is the mindset. You know how the Sureños, the Southsiders, they're automatic, man. If you've ever seen a riot, or a staff assault with Southerners, they're just going to rush you. It's going to be without delay. They don't even think like, oh, who are they involved with? Or are people fighting? It's just go, right? That was my mentality. Go. Go, go, go. Like, and there was a lot of dudes too that would just go. Like, I don't know, call it a gift, call it a curse, call it whatever you want to call it. That was my mentality then. Technically, that's still my mentality now. Just go, right? Um, it doesn't mean that I'm not afraid. It doesn't mean that I'm not scared. It doesn't mean that I'm not nervous or that I have total. Well, I was gonna say that I have total disregard for myself, but in a sense, I do. I at that point, I have total disregard for my own safety. It ain't about me, right? If my staff members are getting hurt, if guys in green are getting hurt, go, 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 go. Right? The light just turned green. Time to move the car forward. Um, That's how I felt about that, right? This is probably going to be a need to be a part two because there's so much more that goes into the mindset. That was just a little teaser right there. All right. If you haven't signed up for my Patreon, I'm gonna tap it into the link. The message for today is no matter what, have that drive. That drive is not only going to physically keep you alive, it's going to mentally keep you alive. Keep pushing forward.